Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and this is the SH Figuarts Izuku Midoriya, or Deku. I've been collecting the figures over the years, whether it be through Figma or through Amazing Yamaguchi, and it's slowly being transitioned to being just Reveltech. But when SH Figuarts announced that they were making their own line, I got very excited but also a little bit nervous. Because although I do love the look of the Figma, the Amazing Yamaguchi has the best articulation and range to play with, and it comes with everything you need. While SH Figuarts, I feel like perfects the look of the figures really well, but also still giving it a good amount of range. So I feel like this is going to be a good middle ground. But I also heard before I started recording this, is that the quality control issues on this guy are kind of on and off. So if anything, maybe wait for a re-release, because I think this figure is a relatively cheap figure. I can't remember if this is under that $35 price point or not. I can't remember what I paid for this guy. I'm ordering too many figures at a time. I can't keep up anymore. But if this stays within that price range, it's probably worth waiting, because it might just get re-released over and over again. Kind of like with the Dragon Ball Z SH Figuarts Goku, which, by the way, we will be comparing it to the older Deku figures, as well as other SH Figuarts characters that are pretty common. And if you want to order this guy yourself, a link will be down below on where you can order this guy. But let's take a look at this guy real quick. So we got the Namco Bandai, the My Hero, a bunch of different stampings all over here. I love how Deku is written out. And then we get a pose of him, as well as a nice window display seeing the figure itself, a couple of different face options, as well as a hint of his little scarf cape looking thing. Then in the top, you get to see him in one of these poses. This is probably my favorite pose out of all of them. You get the MHA logo, the bottom just SH Figuarts, but with him being all dynamic and beautiful. The side has him in one pose, the other side has a bunch of different ranges of different faces, and then in the back, we're going to have him in different poses and other stuff like that as well. I love how none of these boxes ever really talk about the character itself. There's no bio, it's just the figure itself and how good it is, and it's always the same description out of all of them, but this time they just paste My Hero Academia and Izuku Midoriya on here. It's pretty funny. So, without further ado, let's open this guy up. I saw that they also announced other characters like, I think it's Bakugo, I think they've shown off Todoroki, and I know Toga got teased. I can't remember if Uraraka was also announced as Figuarts as well, but this is probably going to be my primary line for the figures. That and the Figma. But let's open this aside. I do it from the left side because I am left-handed. And they still do that thing where it includes a little cardboard piece in here, which I know the Naruto Top 99 ones have been pasting it all over the back and putting the instructions within the flaps. And personally, I kind of prefer that. It's mainly just so this piece doesn't get ruined. And then we got the instructions in here, which I'm not sure if we're going to need these. I'll keep them out just to play it safe. But we'll just tuck this back in here, and here's the figure itself. So far, from first impressions, not even opening this thing yet, I love the proportions on it. Because as much as I love the dynamic range of the Amazing Yamaguchi figure, the proportions aren't very great. But with this looks solid. So here's a closer look at the figure. We finally get to see him in his latest season for the outfit, because one of the biggest things about collecting these figures is that no matter what figure you get, it's gonna be outdated anyway, because they always change the outfit on it. And I'm happy that we're getting this toy line towards the end of its life, so we get the most updated outfit. And I love the way this figure's proportioned. This figure looks so good. It seems that shading seems to be a little bit minimalistic, so it's not going to be the most detailed figure. It's not going to look all that high-end, but it's definitely going to be one of the better Deku figures that you can get because of its range and articulation, and also its detail and proportions and accuracy to the anime or manga, depending on how you take it. And then we have the little hole back here, which this is going to be for this guy right here, and this just comes in on a little tiny mushroom peg, so we're just gonna plug that in. Perfect. I didn't feel a satisfying click or hear a satisfying click. However, that said, it feels like it's not gonna have a death grip on it either. So it is plenty sturdy in there. It's not gonna simply fall out, but you can easily take it out if you need to store this guy away. But you do feel it tug in. It feels like it forces itself in, so at least that's good. I love this look of Midoriya, but I'm kind of sad we never got a dark Deku figure, which I doubt that SH Figuarts is going to backtrack to get to that look specifically, But if they did, that would be pretty cool. I know right now they're just trying to catch up with all the characters, and because there is a good variety of characters. But this figure looks pretty solid. I love this. And then when it comes to different accessories, we do have an extra hairpiece. We have different faces. We have one hand with the, I think this is Black Whip. Then we have an extra hairpiece right here. I believe the eyes, oh yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, the eyes are attached to the hair on this one, so that's why we have two different ones right here. And then just a few different hand options in there as well. So I feel like it gives Midoriya exactly what he needs to start off with, but thankfully after Bakugo releases, they are releasing an accessory pack so you can get even more for him. So it's not forcing you to buy all these at once to like give you an expensive price, but I'm not gonna lie, I did like how the Amazing Yamaguchi, even though it was a premium price, it gave you everything you needed, stand and all. But this looks like a better figure. But what makes a My Hero Academia figure so special and fun is how articulated is it? Because even though the Figma, for example, looks solid, like it looks like how he looks on the show, you can't pull off any of the moves that he does on the show. These characters are very dynamic within the show. So, what can you do? The butterfly joint looks good. You can take it forward and back pretty well. Your ab crunch is pretty good. I think it kind of rivals what we can get with Naruto. Unfortunately, you do get a nasty gap in the back, but you're not going to be paying attention to that anyway, so it's okay. When it comes to the legs, oh, you can move that any way you need to. You can mimic Might Guy's dynamic entry, very nice. And even though this guy right here does hinder his movement a little bit when it comes to his neck, it's also nice to be able to like tuck his mouth away to look all mysterious. Oh, I was trying to test how well could he kick forward, because I know the Amazing Yamaguchi can do that really well. However, he does have limits from what it feels like. But depending on how you maneuver his ab crunch, again, there's limits, you can pull off mostly everything you need with relative ease. With the Amazing Yamaguchi, or just Revoltech in general, their quality control is very hit and miss, which is very unfortunate because of their price range. However, with this guy, I'm not seeing the quality control issues that people are complaining about. I didn't dive too deep into it, but overall, I'm really happy with how this looks. I mentioned I don't remember the price of this guy. Let me look that up real quick, because I want to see if it's worth justifying the price. So Big Bad Toy Store wants $65 for this guy, and Amazon wants an extra $1 for it. That said, when it comes to the price to value, I feel like once it hits that $60 range, I do want extra details like shading and stuff like that. So I wish I could have seen that throughout the figure. It's not a make all break all, but it would have been nice to see. But when it comes to like capturing his look and bringing it to life, they did do a phenomenal job for this. I will say that at the very least. When it comes to swapping out the pieces though, okay, seems relatively simple enough. He doesn't come with any faces that like make him seem like lighthearted, but during this arc in the show, like, you don't really see that all that much. At this point, like, a war is happening, and there is no time for fun and games. So, I don't blame them for not including fun faces or anything. That said, it would be nice to see them go back and do older costumes of these characters. Pretty much how they give us multiple different versions of Naruto or Goku. So I wouldn't mind seeing different outfits for these different characters, especially with the good standard that SH Figuarts leaves us now. There is a somewhat noticeable gap in the shoulder on the butterfly joint. So I wish it would have been a little bit longer to like hide that a little bit more. I've seen that in the photo shoots, like the promo pictures and stuff like that. And I was hoping it wouldn't be as prominent on the final product, which unfortunately it is, but it's not the end of the world. And I'm really impressed on how well they did the knee for this guy. Like, this doesn't look all that ugly in the knee. So let's do the shouting face, and let's put those on. Okay. And then let's swap out this hand, and that joint just kind of came apart. It didn't break, but it kind of got stuck in there. Well, that's no fun. Okay, I think that's what I wanted. There we go. I finally got the the peg back on. Okay, perfect. Okay, we're good. We're good, I think. So I guess when it comes to quality control, is that part of the issue? Because I think that's just mainly the design in the peg itself, or like the hinge, which they use that same design on other SH Figuarts anyway, so I don't know, I still don't like how it's a problem. But I guess we're going to try to replicate this pose right here, so let's get this hand out. Please don't come out. Please don't break. There we go. And pop that back in. There we go. I know my friend JM Animations. I think he's done a review recently, or he's getting ready to do his review for this guy as of this recording. And I'm so excited to see what stop motions he does with this figure, because I know he's been customizing the Amazing Yamaguchi figure so much to try to get it more modern. But now we have a much better looking figure now. I'm happy that these little glowing eye effects do a much better job at staying on the figure itself and also lining up with the eyes themselves, because the Amazing Yamaguchi figures have done a terrible job like trying to keep up with that. Like, I had some figures where things either like amplify the way their eyes look and make it look all distorted, or just don't line up with their eyes altogether. Like, the Amazing Yamaguchi figures, I want to say they're cooked now, because for a while it was, this is the best figure we're gonna get. And now SH Figuarts is like, hold on, let me cook. That said, I mean, I like this. This is a really good figure. I'm gonna do 2 more poses. I'm gonna do this guy as well as this guy, because this is the one I'm probably gonna like keep it in. Yeah, I'm excited to see what else they include in here, like when it comes to like the different accessory packs and all that stuff, because I have a feeling that it's not gonna stop at just Midoriya and Bakugo. I'm pretty nervous about this hinge right here. I'm not sure if it's gonna like fully snap, but I'm just happy we're not having the same quality control issues as the Amazing Yamaguchi figures. Trying to get this hand on is a bit troubling. There we go. For some reason, this wrist feels very loose. I want to assume it's because the hinge is a little broken, I guess. I don't know. I can't fully replicate this pose, but there's definitely a lot you could do with this. I remember when the Amazing Yamaguchi figure first came out, it was so exciting to have that because you had all those accessories to play with, the dynamic range that it had, and all the different facial expressions and all that stuff. It was really fun to play with, and also I had a lot more free time. But the excitement that I had for that figure originally, I don't really have for this one, because I think it's because of the fact that I don't have as many faces to play with, because I can't really swap out the eyes or anything. Because for me, when that first came out, with being able to move where the eyes or where you want it to go, that added so much to the photo shoot. Well, every face that he has is only facing forward. However, these eyes do look better compared to what Amazing Yamaguchi offered anyway. So I'm not sure who the real winner is. But I feel like if you're doing toy photography, you do Photoshop. So you're gonna move the eyes anyway if you really need to. Part of me wishes there was like some smiles in here, because I feel like there's very few scenes where he is smiling and stuff. But who knows? Maybe in a future release, maybe in a different form of the figure. I know with sometimes Naruto, but mostly the One Piece figures, every character they release, they do a new face for Luffy. So it would be nice to see that with Midoriya as well. I don't think they're gonna do that though, but it'd be nice. So I guess we're gonna do both of the relaxed hands. That wrist is pretty annoying because how it feels loose. It definitely feels looser compared to this one, but even then, I'm terrible at putting these hands on. There we go. And here's how he looks in this pose. I like this one a lot. This one's probably going to be the one I use. I feel like, yeah, when it comes to having him on a shelf, I think this is how he's going to look. This is right. I like this. But let's put his arm down, because I think it's time to compare him to some of the other Midoriya figures that we've gotten in the past. So first off, let's start with the very beginning, and that is the Figma Midoriya. I remember this figure was pretty expensive for a while. I'm not really sure where the value is at now. I feel like when it comes to the scaling, this does feel very right, even though they don't line up with each other. Over the years, he grows up, so he does get a little bit taller, he gets a little bit bulkier, like he's learning to become a better hero. And you can see how simple the engineering is on the Figma versus the SH Figuarts. SH Figuarts is definitely a lot more complex, where it gives you a lot more range to play with, and overall is just a more satisfying figure to play with. So I feel like it's worth having the Figma on the shelf just so like you could have him like in his early stages. But if you can only have one Midoriya figure, I would say that SH Figuarts is probably going to be the better route to go. But now we compare him to Amazing Yamaguchi, and as you could tell, the proportions are very different with each other. I like how big the feet are on the SH Figuarts versus how they look on the Amazing Yamaguchi. I thought this figure looked great at the time, but I feel like the SH Figuarts definitely captures the look of the character a lot better than this figure does. Even though the engineering on the Amazing Yamaguchi is a lot more complex when it comes to how the ranges and all that fun jazz. And I like the look of this costume because it reminds me of my favorite arc in the series, where it shows him fighting against, what's his name? The guy with the big nose, I can't remember his name. Overhaul, I think that's his name. It's been a while since I've seen that arc. So I'm not gonna like put this away. However, all three of these guys are gonna stay on the same shelf, but this one's definitely gonna look the best out of all of them. However, let's pretend that you don't have any other My Hero Academia figures, and this is gonna be your only one that you're gonna have on your shelf. How does it compare to other SH Figuarts characters like Naruto or Goku? Now, first up, here he is next to a standard SH Figuarts Naruto. This is going to be one that you're going to find somewhat common at like places like Target or GameStop. And the Naruto Top 99 version is the same scale but different paint job. I feel like they hold up like next to each other pretty well. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be accurate to how they're supposed to actually stand next to each other. I don't know. I don't really care about it that much. But I think they look solid together. I don't think they clash all that much. I think they look pretty great. And next we have Deku with Goku. I feel like having a photo shoot with these two like training against each other would be extremely fun. So it's nice to see them both within the same toy line. So the scaling is going to be a little bit better with each other. I feel like Goku should be a bit taller compared to Midoriya, but again, I don't really know. But I'm just happy that they're in the same toy line and they look great with each other, and if you want them on the same shelf, there you go. That's an option for you. When it comes to like posing it on the shelf and doing toy photography, the top of the shoes, like they're very loosey-goosey, which for articulation wise is great. You want it to be like that. However, after you're done posing it, you gotta like quickly rearrange it and make sure it looks nice before you do your shot, or after you're done posing it and putting it on your shelf or whatever. So that's going to be a bit annoying, but I'm happy it's that problem of not having the range that you need. But I don't know. I don't really see many other figures having that issue, though, so I don't know. So, is he worth it? Yeah, I think so. I think he's fine. I feel like if it was closer to the $50 range, it'd probably be a little bit more fine. He does feel like a hefty figure. Like, he is a bit bulky. And I like how good the joints are and everything. Like, he doesn't feel like he's going to snap on me anytime soon. I don't feel nervous about that at all, so that's good. Except for that wrist. The wrist makes me a little bit nervous. But I do have a lot of confidence in this line in particular. Whenever other figures come out, like Bakugo, Todoroki, any figure in the SH Figuarts line when it comes to My Hero, I'll be doing videos on those. Those are fine. However, the Amazing Yamaguchi figures, I stopped reviewing those figures for a while because they were just becoming more and more disappointing over the years, and I just stopped caring. I mean, I still buy them because I want those characters, but now I'm also doing it because I just want to complete the line for the most part. It would be nice to have that, but it's mainly because I invested early and I want to like see it to the end. However, if you didn't get any of those figures, and you want to get My Hero characters, this is the one to start with. This is a very good figure. And I have a lot of confidence that SH Figuarts is going to be cooking a lot better compared to the other figure companies in the line. I'm excited to see how they tackle Bakugo, so subscribe for that if you want to see that, because I do have the Figma as well as the Amazing Yamaguchi, and I will be comparing it to all of those as well. But honestly, they did a good job handling this figure. I think this is good. I wish it was a little bit cheaper. I wish it would have had that ease of entry price at that $35 level, so it could be on the same par as Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball, where if you like the character, you like the main character, you have an easy figure to get that's pretty affordable, and you go from there. But when it hits that $60 price tag, it does feel more like a premium figure. And I feel like when it comes to its paint job, it doesn't feel that premium. The line work is fine. I just wish it had a little bit more shading at that price point. If I were to rank it, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5. I think the figure's fine. I hope the quality control issues do go away, but for what you get, this is great. And I'm excited to see the accessory kits that come out later, and that's releasing after Bakugo releases, so I'll be getting that accessory kit and going from there. And the amount of accessories that you get for now is a good start. So like if you want to get more, you can, but if you don't want to, it's not costing you too much of an arm and a leg, but it is a little expensive. But that's going to be it for this video. So if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description is going to be my social media, including my Instagram. So if I ever feel inspired, I might want to do a photo shoot or two with this guy. Like this picture in particular right here. I was really excited to finally do this picture. And if you want to see other toy photography that I do, that will be on my Instagram. And like I said earlier, there'll be links down below on where you can buy this guy, some of them being affiliate links, so it does help me financially. But thank you for watching. I love you guys to death, and I'll see you on the next one. So peace, peace.